Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. My name is Rebecca and I am a caseworker for Georgia. This assignment is going to be based on neurocognitive disorders and geropsychology, which also includes aging. So Georgia has been exhibiting some symptoms, and this is her plan of care moving forward. We provide this review for our clients as part of the Geropsychology Wellness Program. Georgia has recently been placed into an independent living community. Overall, Georgia is in good health and moves about the facility with agility. She has a history of hypertension, which is managed with medication. She also has some arthritis, and she might need help opening medication bottles and food containers in the future. Her family visits her on the weekends, which Georgia does very much enjoy. In review, the factors that affect memory decline and dementia are blood pressure management, good exercise, and proper nutrition. So the signs and symptoms of dementia are changes in personality, which can be increased anxiety, avoidance of activities that may trigger panic attacks, like driving on the freeway, emotional outbursts, anger or aggression, nervous system dysregulation, disorientation, let's say arriving at the post office and confusing it for the bank, compensatory behavior, and I've seen this turn into a hoarding behavior due to a fear of not wanting to be in public out of concern for being confused or lost. You can also have difficulty with short-term memory recall, such as names, dates, and appointments, and erratic behavior, which can be like a mismanagement of money, for example. This was also from the American Psychiatric Association of 2013. So Georgia's progression, since blood pressure management is important for brain health, limiting and helping her avoid more neurocognitive decline, her medications and diet need to be closely monitored and altered if needed approximately every 6 months right now. Her weight should be checked too. She should probably weigh in daily, as water weight gain can cause blood pressure to rise and indicate further worsening heart disease or heart failure, something like that. Her diet should be low in sodium as well and low in sugar for continued heart health, which affects brain function. Georgia has been missing some meals, and since proper nutrition is part of it, diets higher in omega fatty acids and things like memory games can aid in boosting that cognition. And omegas are also needed for neuroplasticity and brain health, which will help in cognitive function as she ages. Georgia may also need a timer to remind her to attend lunch from here forward. As staff has noted her skipping meals, forming good routines is often beneficial for aging persons, as short-term memory can fail, and it is best to rely on good habits that we form early. The rate of decline is very subjective to each client and individual, and staff and family who are closest to her will also need to help monitor some of this. On several occasions, Georgia has left her apartment door open, and she may need to develop a different routine when leaving her apartment, basically for her safety. A neighbor or a front desk manager should be aware in this case that this develops into worsening symptoms where she could leave the stove on or get locked out of her apartment. So compensatory behavior is not always a bad thing, and Georgia may need a checklist, for example, in the future to help her form good routines that keep her safe. Double checking, for example, that the lights are off, there are no candles burning, and the stove and oven is off, and she has her apartment key. Georgia is also exhibiting early stages of dementia and her family history, and she has a family history of it that includes Parkinson's. Her older brother died 4 years ago from a progressive form of Parkinson's, which is ultimately a form of dementia and Alzheimer's. Georgia's grandson also noted during the last visit Georgia misplaced his name, and the family is talking with Georgia's physician regularly now that they have identified some neurocognitive decline. And dementia is defined as the deterioration of cognitive abilities to the point that functioning does become impaired. And she's not quite at that point yet. So it is recommended that Georgia may continue to live independently with some additional safety measures in place. Her family has enabled GPS tracking on her phone, and she is now taking the senior citizen bus to buy goods and groceries. Her diet, exercise, and medications will be reviewed more frequently as well. Thank you for watching this video.